I knew that I definitely wanted to be a professional because of the benefits and how good the level was respected. Like, I had a lot of foreign players coming from abroad into the UK, so like it attracted more attention. So like I quite liked the image of becoming a professional footballer. So I knew that I had to work hard, but at the same time is when you take that further step forward, you realise how hard it really is.
This is the story of Helder Manuel Lopes, a 22-year-old man who hasn't given up hope of becoming a professional footballer. In a recent study, 303 academy players from 21 English clubs were interviewed. Only 4 have contracts. He resides in Feltham, West London, but life didn't begin in England.
Lisbon, west side of Lisbon, yeah. It's quite eventful, always playing football. Apart from school, like there's nothing else that people didn't play basketball, nothing else. We just knew pretty much everyone wanted to play football. It was definitely different, like coming from a sunny place to gloomy days like this, and it was a lot of changes for me to cope with at the time. Personally, I think it's a matter of sometimes being in the right place at the right time or receiving that opportunity to succeed at the right time. So you might not be prepared, but you will be in the future, but the chance comes before you're ready. So I feel like there's a lot of factors, psychological, physical also, that contribute to players not being able to achieve.
Helder was taken in by his uncle, a man who was passionate about the game himself.
Helder is like my son anyway. I consider Helder as my son. Every child I've got a dream to be a footballer nowadays because of the money involved in the football. What I think about football, there's a people who born with that gift, kind of Messi. There's people who has to learn how to play football. So when you practice every day, you become better. I would say Helder probably, he hasn't got a luck to be in the team when he can be a professional, but he's got skill for more than people I see playing professional football. So
This is Spring West Academy. It became a footballing home for the young Helder Lopes.
This place is very significant. I definitely learn more about what I can and can't do, learn about myself, and one of the most important things as well is my attitude towards football. My training regime was pretty much just focus on the team football, so we train like twice a week, maybe just like one time on a Wednesday. So it really started to pick up once I've gotten a bit older, seen what needs to be done, and start to integrate a bit more training sessions with teams. So training 3 times a week now. The issue with the area is there's a lot of people who had that potential to really make it. People have been in academies, Crystal Palace, Brentford, Watford, but there's always a certain step where someone seems to fall off. That's one of the reasons I don't want to become one of those numbers.
Like Spring West Academy, Helder will visit popular footballing arenas like Westway Sports Centre, a place where many young aspiring footballers come for trials and training, all having a similar goal.
Obviously, at this age, I'm now 22 now, and obviously I wish I had a contract right now as we speak, but you're supposed to get it earlier. Generally you do at 18 years of age, but right now, I've not given up on the fact that, there's still hope for you to get a contract, just like players like Vardy, it took them a while, but you get there eventually. And, if I had advice to give to these kids that are playing right now, is that just carry on doing it. Not everyone has the same path, and you just have to go at your stride. Sometimes things don't fall into place exactly how you want it, so you just have to have hope and maybe have like a backup plan if you want to, like education. So just be open to things and maybe take time with everything that you do.
Queen's Park Rangers, an established professional football club. At age 16, Helder will have the opportunity to meet talent development coach Dan Edwards, who explains why exactly it's so hard for young players to get a contract.
The first thing is the numbers, the amount of players that want to be professional footballers. Pre-academy, every professional football club that has a pre-academy program start from 6 years old. So a lot of players that are in secondary school, some that are in college, in uni, that then have this dream and passion they want to become a professional footballer, they have to realise there are some people that have started this dream from 6 years old. It was a development with Helder in terms of the player that he was when he first came. To the problem with Helder, he'd bite a lot. So he would see that as a negative in terms of where a winger might kick him, push him, say something when they run past him. He'd react at the beginning because he'd see, why is he winding me up? Whereas it's our job as a coach to understand, why do you think he's saying that? He's saying that because he's not been successful getting past you. And it's just about the maturity of a player.
Coming back here today, like, really made me think, like, you know, we had a good time, like being in college and seeing all those privileges, like being in the change room and playing games here. Like, it's added that extra incentive, you know, to actually wanting to become a pro. So this is the type of environment that I know, like right now, here and now, I want to be in. One main thing that I learned, especially today, is having 100% focus and at least aiming to have that 100% focus on games, not letting players get into your head. As you said, I used to be a bit hot-tempered, so the maturity that I have at the moment, I'm able to understand it a lot better, the reality of things. So as he's delivered that, I understood it completely, and it's not something that I will take to heart and think, you know what, I can't make it, I might as well give up my dream now. No. It is harsh to, you know that maybe 86% of people, you know, drop out before the age of 21, but at the end of the day, if you do it for the love of the game and you have the passion for it, you just do what you can and seek the best help that you can and have the right team around you so people can help you get to where you need to get.
After leaving Rangers development setup, former head of operations at Nike Academy, Gavin Johnson, whom Helder met at Hammersmith and Fulham College, began to take a keen eye on his career. He will set him up with trials and believes money is probably destroying the careers of many young players.
I don't think the clubs, coaches have enough sort of leeway, compassion, empathy for someone in that kind of situation. The Premier League run football in this country. The money runs football in this country. Maybe, like we were saying before, that means Sky Sports run football in this country because they're the ones who pay all the money to the clubs. Why would you spend the money or the effort or the extra time, you know, when you could just as easily get him to the side, bring another 2 or 3 in this place, you know? I think the onus is on the individuals, the players, to try and do everything they possibly can to, you know, break through that barrier, even if it's at the detriment to themselves, their family, their friends, whatever. Hopefully, in the long run, it will pay off. I think as much as I would advise that, you know, you give it 110%, and if you really believe in it, you give it your all. I would also advise that you make considerations for it not happening.
With a professional contract not on the horizon, many young players have to turn to plan B, education. For Helder, Liverpool was the next destination, where he took up a course at John Moore University.
Doing science in football, and that's pretty much covering like performance analysis, the scientific part, like the nutrition, physiology, psychological part of football as well. I believe it's the only course in the country that pretty much focuses on just science and football. It provides the opportunities with professional clubs and professional environments. Although I'm not playing as much and maybe the level I want to play at, there's things I'm learning now that's going to help me further my game regardless. So this is definitely one of the things that once I'm done playing football and I can focus more on doing things outside of the footballing career as a player. So I focus on, at the moment, performance analysis, and you know, that's just something that I feel like I want to be doing after I finish my career. So this is definitely the next best thing. Like, I do a lot of work in the gym, so I work on my body weight a bit more, a bit of weights every now and then, so like squats and stuff. So it really helps me like develop my strength and, you know, maintain it during the season. So off the season, it's just more about building that power. But right now, you know, just to maintain the strength and, you know, the condition to, you know, play on Saturdays and just, be physically fit and ready. I've had moments where, I just doubted the situation that I was in and felt like, is it really worth it all? But I just think about like how much work I've put in and the people that have actually, helped me and believed in me. And throughout this journey, I've met a lot of those people that have supported me. So I think about them and I think about who I'm making proud and like what am I going to get out of myself and how pleased with myself I'm going to be.
The journey is certainly not over for Helder. He shuttles between the beautiful cities of London and Liverpool, training almost 4 times a week as if he was a professional and getting match experience at local clubs. A man who refuses to give up on realizing his dream.
It's like I said, it's just about just working hard. Like, this is just a part of what makes a footballer. Perseverance is definitely one of the things I would say that makes me stand out. Having a clear focus on my goal definitely allows me to just carry on working throughout any hardship. I believe in the next 5 to 10 years anyway, I believe that I'm going to be in a situation where I've either achieved my goals or I haven't. Football career is a short career, and in a 5-10 years time, maybe I've gone through an injury and not be able to play. So I believe I'll either be established in the professional game or maybe just not made to the level that I wanted to play at.